Well, welcome into a brand new day here at HSN. I'm Shannon, and I have to say, I feel like I won the lottery because Andrew Lessman, of course, is doing a by request special, not one or two, how about 3 today's specials? We're jam-packed with goodies. In fact, it's a variety show. But let's start things off with our ultimate friendly Flora. This actually debuted with Colleen and her show yesterday on Saturday, and it was on fire because, again, this was a little unexpected delight for us, thanks to Andrew Lessman. So what are we talking about? Whether it's that gut-brain connection, your nervous system, your immune system, Ultimate Friendly Flora, a probiotic product done in a way that nobody else does with pricing that is only good for today. And remember, this is just one of 3 today's specials that we have to include, of course, our Ultimate Women's Wellness for the ladies, and then prostate support for the guys. So real quickly, the hardest thing you're gonna have to do is just decide your size of choice. So we have it in the 30, the 60, the 90, or the 180. Special pricing for today only, big savings, free shipping, and of course, the man himself calling in for this special by request visit. Andrew Lessman, thank you so much for doing this for us.
Oh, my pleasure, Shannon. I just got home, so if the dogs bark too much, it's just that they're very excited.
Well, so. They should be. Well, we're excited. It's funny because last month, I looked at my schedule and I thought, what in the world? Andrew's not back until September. I have to be honest, I kind of panicked. I really did.
Well, it wasn't just you, because originally it was supposed to be 10 weeks. I was on every month for, I think, 2.5 years. So we were just getting a break so we could catch up in production and manufacturing. And kind of also because of COVID, supplies are difficult, so it was a little bit more challenging for us. So we thought we'd get some time to catch up. But the feedback we received when we announced that we wouldn't be here in August was a little less than enthusiastic. So we added this visit, and we had some wonderful products to make today's specials and monthly specials. So that's what we're doing.
Well, I have to tell you, we're going to be fast-paced and furious at 3 today's specials. Of course, really a variety show as well. So you're going to see shorter presentations than we normally do in a today's special. And I know you're only making a few appearances, throughout the day because it is by request. So Ultimate Friendly Flora, and this is, to me, one of those unsung heroes in the line. Although it is a wild runaway customer pick and favorite as per all your items here at HSN. But certainly in a time in history, Andrew, where we're washing, we're sanitizing, we're sterilizing. There's never been a time, I think, more important than history when we appreciate what this does for us, right?
Well, our microbiome, inside our body is a universe of organisms that we rely on for healthy digestion, we rely on for a healthy immune system, and unfortunately, that microbiome is the byproduct of the world around us. The world around us is a sterilized world. The food we eat is sterilized, so unfortunately, we don't have the tools to create a healthy microbiome. And many of us would think, okay, what's our microbiome? It's a few organisms that live in our digestive system. Well, when I say this, and even each time I say it, it surprises me that as many cells as we have in our body, there are more organisms living in our colon than we have cells in our entire body. And those organisms, according to the latest research, those organisms can give us a greater sense of our well-being, a greater sense of our risk of disease over the course of our lifetime than our own genetics. Because those organisms are a byproduct of our own genetics, a byproduct of our environment, a byproduct of our diet. So it's how well we care for that microbiome. It is how well we care for ourselves. It's how our brain functions, memory, concentration, mental acuity, more importantly, our mood. But there's one thing I should mention before I elaborate too much on the product, is that because, as I mentioned before, because of the disruption of worldwide supply chains and things that have come with this pandemic, we have a very limited supply. Normally, our first airing at midnight, we'll usually spend a half hour on the key product, on Ultimate Friendly Flora. We're going to spend less than 15 minutes tonight because we wouldn't have the supply to last the day at all if we spent more than 15 minutes.
Well, and that's an excellent observation because you're right. Normally we have ample opportunity to read reviews and go through the science, to go through the research. There is no other probiotic product like this in America. Certainly, Andrew, he is not only our finest value, but he does things in a way that exceeds your expectations. And all I can say is do this while we have it available. I know many of you already have, in fact, thousands already spoken for. Just choose your size of choice, 30, 60, 90, or 180, huge savings. I mean, no refrigeration required. Remember, this is one of 3 today's specials, and because we are moving briskly through the limited inventory on this by request visit, it's kind of a variety show with some wonderful monthly specials as well. But Andrew, the savings are one thing, but the science is another, isn't it?
And with the science on this product, there are thousands of different species of organisms that can make up our microbiome. But there are only a small number that have been the subject of really reliable, solid science. And that's what I tried to do when I created this product originally over 20 years ago. And the product has evolved. Last year was perhaps the greatest change we've ever made in this product. And we've been able to make its ingredients even more stable. And the key to a product like this, it's almost like planting seeds in a field. If you're a farmer, the best seeds are the seeds that when you put them out in the field, they germinate, they take, and they give you wonderful crops and a great harvest. What you want with a probiotic product like this, it's not sufficient. It's just not good enough to put organisms into a capsule or a tablet. Those organisms have to be validated and tested such that we know that they're going to withstand the acid in your stomach and that they're going to survive. And like the farmer with the seeds, they're going to populate your colon. Because again, a healthy microbiome has the correct species, comprehensive species, and they're living in our colon. And they in a healthy person, they outnumber the cells in our body. And you want to be making the choice. And that's what this product does. It gives you the opportunity to choose the organisms that have been the subject of the greatest research in terms of the health benefits we seek from a healthy microbiome. And the list, in an hour, we couldn't go through the list of benefits that comes from a healthy microbiome.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think of that phrase, upset stomach. Well, upset stomach, there is that gut-brain connection for sure. And Andrew, I opened up one of the capsules. I don't know if you can see your TV or not, but of course, everything that you do is head and shoulders above what we will find in the industry. It's our finest value. The price is only good today with very, very limited quantities. Is it my imagination, but this actually looks even more micronized, like even a smaller powder? Is that just my imagination?
Oh, it's probably our finest powder, and it should be. What we're talking about, you're looking at the organisms themselves, and when you're thinking of a probiotic product where you're delivering these organisms, it's just unkind to think that you're going to crush them under thousands of pounds of pressure and put them in a tablet. The only way these organisms should be delivered is in their original form, in that ultrafine powder. And we put them gently into a capsule. They're never exposed to heat. So you're getting the benefits you seek. And it's for me, it's not good enough to put a great ingredient in a product. I have to make sure that those ingredients are going to deliver the benefits to you. And that's the science that we rely on to make this product. And that's why this product is also almost perfectly reviewed. I think it's certainly over 85% five-star reviews and probably over 95% positive reviews.
Absolutely. I mean, so whether, you know, we say that upset stomach, you know, your digestive system, your immune system, your nervous system. I mean, if things aren't working the way we want them to, that is not a good day, Andrew. And even if you have a great digestive system or what have you, this can benefit everybody watching this show, especially at this today's special price. I know it's something that I take every single day, and it's something I heard you talk about with Colleen is you look at your genetics, and our family, that's certainly an area that's more challenged, but even if you're not, probiotics are something I think we're becoming more keenly aware of, and if you're gonna take a probiotic product, this is the one to take, especially for today at this price.
Well, what I talked about with Colleen was a study that was published, I think it was published late last year. What it talked about is how we've made so much progress in terms of genetics that we could look at our own genetics and we have a very good idea about our health risks, our disease risks over the course of our lifetime. So that's great science. It's reliable science. But what's even more fascinating, if you look at the genetics of your microbiome, and which is why we need to choose our microbiome, if we look at the genetics of our microbiome, it gives us even more insights into our disease risk, into our health risk. So that's why, as important as it is, you want to contribute to that decision. You don't want to be the victim of the microbiome that comes from our unhealthy world. You want to be the one who's making the choice to populate your microbiome with the organisms that have been validated to deliver the greatest benefits.
Well, and this does indeed. So just as a friendly reminder for you, this is an abbreviated airing. It's one of 3 today's specials, something for the men, something for the ladies, monthly specials, variety show, lots to get to. Very limited inventory. Andrew's making, by request, a special visit, just some select appearances throughout the day. There are only 2 more live shows later today, and you'll see this tape later on as well. Just choose your size of choice. 30, 60, 90, and 180. I tell you what, a great gift to give. Certainly pay it forward. When you know better, you do better. And this is the ultimate way to do it with the best probiotic product on the market and our best pricing. So remember, here's where the pricing goes. Here's where your pricing is today. Significant savings on all of them, but even on that 180 count size, you are obviously saving more than you're spending. And Andrew, it's interesting because when I said this is kind of an unsung hero, we get so excited about things like healthy hair, skin, and nails, and CoQ10, the things where, or eye support that's coming up. It's definitely a see the difference product. But at the end of the day, if that biome is not happy, nobody else is happy. That's just not a good day.
And it's funny, that term microbiome, it's these microorganisms that basically have their own world inside us. And that world inside us, they outnumber our cells. We have hundreds of trillions of cells in our body. There are more organisms in our microbiome than we have cells. And I just don't think we understand that. Because if you know that fact, you're like, oh my goodness, they have to either be a problem or they potentially are a benefit. And it's part of the brilliant God-given blueprint that makes our body work so well that we integrate these other organisms into our world. It aids in our digestion. It aids in our synthesis of critical neurotransmitters. So we have a balanced mood, positive outlook. So it's part of who we are. And unfortunately, the way we've modified our world has drastically modified our microbiome. And this is, when I introduced this product over 20 years ago, it was kind of a big yawn, I think. It wasn't really an interesting or exciting product back then. Well, I'll just eat some yogurt or whatever it might be. And over the years, it's kind of like CoQ10 and glucosamine, the products I talked about almost 40 years ago. This is something that the science has finally gotten into the newspapers, magazines, TV broadcasts, so we now know how essential these ingredients are to our good health. And as I say, we're better off making the choice than being a victim of choices we have no hand in. And that's what I do with this formula. Give us a choice.
Absolutely. And speaking of choices, like you said, Andrew, I think, as consumers, we are getting more keenly aware of, how important probiotics and that microbiome is. This is the right choice for the right price for today and today only. And you think about building a house, you start with a great foundation or a great platform, and that digestive health and immune system and nervous system, even what you were talking about, even your mood linked to that microbiome. This is that platform, that foundation on which we build, isn't it?
Yeah, our brain is directly dependent. Many people think when I say this, I'm saying, if your digestive system works well, you feel better. You don't have a bellyache. You feel better. But no, it's on a biochemical level. There is a direct communication, biochemical communication between the organisms, the chemicals they secrete, the environment they create, and our brain. So it's a choice that was made many, many years ago. It's part of our design. And as I said before, you either get to make the choice of the healthy organisms you populate, or that choice is made by an environment that unfortunately doesn't do a particularly good job any longer on our behalf. We're not living out in the fields and the dirt and being one with nature, so nature can provide for us. We need to sort of overcome our separation, our disconnect to nature nature, and there's no greater example of that than with our microbiome and probiotics and friendly flora. But my apologies that the amount I wanted to be able to have for this event wasn't available. So we weren't able to make as much as I would have wanted, and that's why we're doing a very abbreviated airing.
Most certainly. So we've got 2 other today's specials to get to. Variety show, 90% of the orders with thousands gone are in that 180 count size, but you're also welcome to choose the 30, 60, or 90. Choice is up to you. Price is only good today, and remember, much more limited availability than we normally have as a today's special. As I said, this is gonna be a fun show, not only because it's by special request, but this is something that all the women here that I know of take this. It's certainly by request. All of Andrew's products are, of course, customer picks, but the reviews on the Ultimate Women's Wellness read like passionate love letters. I mean, check them out if you have time. We don't have time just because we've got a lot to get to, because we also have prostate support, another today's special. Don't hang up in your friendly Flora. On the Ultimate Women's Wellness, remember, we've got your 30, your 60, your 180, and your 360. Once more, here's where pricing is today, and here's where pricing goes. So any one of these choices, of course, you're really saving as much or more than what you're spending. And Andrew, you know, I know you and Colleen were talking about this earlier, but you know, I'll share my own experience. I've worked with you for 25 years. It's your 25th anniversary. When you first started doing this, we couldn't talk about menopause or postmenopause or perimenopause. I mean, you remember, it's just like, it was kind of like we couldn't talk about it, but everybody goes through it. And this is a product that helps us naturally, whether it's PMS or night sweats or you know, mood swings, whatever it might be. And you were really the first to do this that I'm aware of, and do it especially in this way. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm not aware at the time I started with this product, which is almost 30 years ago. I'm not aware of anyone else who had a product like this. At the time on TV, I used to joke about the law that I couldn't talk about menopause or perimenopause because you can't talk about a supplement in terms of the cure, treatment, prevention of a disease or symptoms of a disease. And at that time, menopause and perimenopause was considered a disease. And I remember joking, saying, that just brings out to me the fact that we need more women to be doctors, because if women were doctors or in Congress, or that could not be the state of the law. And it changed. It took about a decade, but it eventually changed. And eventually, of course, perimenopause and menopause, something that every woman will, to one degree or another, will experience as she ages. They're not a disease. There's certainly an indication of a change of the endocrine system, the hormonal system in the body, but they're not a disease. And their symptoms are not a symptom of a disease. So they should be able to be discussed openly. And if there's a part of this planet, there's if you go to Asia, especially in Japan, the way they eat, the way they live happens to be a wonderful way to avoid the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause. And actually, if you look at the research, it's the isoflavones, these specific chemical compounds that are present naturally in their diet. And that is exactly how we formulated this product, to emulate the balance and levels of isoflavones present in the Japanese diet. It's always interesting when you look at certain customs and traditions and language, but in Japan, they don't have words to describe the symptoms of perimenopause and menopause. It's just not the same as it is here in America. So again, this is a product that if you look at the reviews on this product, I think it has about 1,200 or so reviews, and over 1,000 of them are 5-star reviews. So it's exceptionally well reviewed. It's a product that you don't need to take this for months to see a benefit. Some folks will see a benefit immediately within a day or two of taking the product. So 30 days is ample time to see a difference. So it's the changes that occur, they occur, we'll talk about men in a moment, they occur in men too, just differently. Those changes are not inevitable, and they are avoidable. But you just have to take advantage of the gifts that Mother Nature gives us.
Most certainly, and I know it's a product that Muriel will not do without. I know Colleen was talking about her experience earlier. I mean, for me, I've kind of had a similar journey to Colleen, you know, through perimenopause and PMS and menopause and, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. It doesn't matter for every woman watching this show, whether in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 90s, it doesn't matter. This is just an amazing, this is nature's gift. I mean, this, you know, wonderful, naturally supportive way to help you through whatever stage of life you're going through or will go through. Like I said, I've been taking this product for well over 2 decades, and it has really helped me manage my mood, you know, and all of those stages of life throughout that. You just happen to get our best pricing. So I really want to encourage you to take advantage of that. Of course, it's part of our Brands We Love weekend. Everything is on 5 flexible payments. So everything is on 5 flex. I mean, even when we talk about some of what I call those introductory sizes, which is pretty amazing. So 30, 60, 180, and 360. Of course, great savings. But Andrew, when I say, I know time does not permit us to read as much as the science and the reviews that we normally would, but with all of your products. But I think in particular on the women's wellness, there are such passionate reviews. Your friends become, your customers are your friends.
No, the reviews are amazing. And it's not something magical that I've created. It's just, the only magic is I follow the science and I make sure that my products religiously adhere to the science, and that's why my products work. So if there's positive science that shows benefits, we make sure the products are consistent. And what's interesting, and I guess we all experience this probably in our families, but Muriel, she a few years back, she started experiencing really debilitating severe hot flashes. I didn't even think to mention to her because she'd seen me on TV for years and years and years. And finally, I just mentioned to her to try the Ultimate Women's Wellness. And this is after her suffering for quite some time. And then, of course, she tells me that this product is miraculous. Why didn't I tell her about this earlier? That I think she just kind of took it for granted. And sometimes you hear the reviews, you read the reviews, you hear us talk about it, and it sounds too good to be true. But the Mother Nature provides us with all sorts of tools that sound too good to be true. And every once in a while, I mean, it's nice to be surprised by something. And this is one of those products that can truly surprise and astound you when you see the benefits it provides.
Most definitely. Andrew, I know you were just talking about Muriel's experience. I was talking about mine. Real quick review, because I know we're almost out of time, but amazing. This is from Kathy in Texas. I struggled with hot flashes all the time and just feeling rather blah. Nothing seemed to help. I ordered these last year, and after taking for about a week, well, no more hot flashes, and I felt great. I feel like me again. I just reordered and will never be without these. Thank you, Andrew. And Andrew, I mean, that's really true. I mean, it really helps us feel like us again. For women, ladies, if you're watching tonight, please do this for yourself. Here's another quick one. Skeptical. I was very skeptical about this product because I've tried others for menopause symptoms with no relief. Well, I should have known if Andrew Lessman made it, it would work. Hot flashes are almost completely gone. Mood is improved and sleeping has improved. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for all of your amazing products. Just placed a reorder so I don't run out from Chris in Ohio. I know these are short, so I'll try to do this. Oh, goodness, it's a long one. So well-spoken for sure. OMG, 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 awesome, amazing. What else can I possibly say except this supplement is a sure winner. I've been having the most horrible hot flashes and sweats throughout the day and night. Add to that insomnia. It's a recipe for disaster. I ordered a bottle of these out of desperation. Boy, that says it all. I had nothing to lose, and lose I did after 2 weeks. I'm now hot flash free, no sweats at night, and I've been sleeping better. I feel amazing, and when I do get a random hot flash, it's so mild, I have to wonder if it actually was a hot flash. Please try these if you're suffering the way I was. I never write reviews, but this worked so well for me, I was compelled to put this out there for my fellow menopausal sisters. That's from Chloe in Pennsylvania. And Andrew, that's just it. I mean, women get very emotional. We feel like us again. We get skeptical. We don't think there's any help. And thank you for this, Andrew, because it's helping us at any age.
No, it's a product that, I mean, life and aging are difficult. We want to be here. We want to be aging. But aging is a process that I always say it's not for the faint of heart. It's going to be difficult at different points in time for different people. And perimenopause and menopause, having decades ago read the letters, now reading the reviews and emails that I might receive, that I still remember one of the most poignant letters I had received decades ago talking about menopause. And of course, it's different for each person. And she said for her that menopause was like being on the world's craziest roller coaster imaginable. Okay. And then she had like ... she wrote, and then she wrote, but blindfolded. Meaning that, okay, it's ups and downs and turns and absolute craziness, but you never know where it's going next. And so it's just, I create this product as an opportunity. It comes with a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Most people probably don't expect that as significant, as substantial, or even as severe as menopausal symptoms can be, that some natural little capsule can make a difference. Well, it can, and I think it's worth a try, and it's incredible pricing today, and it's no risk. You send it back, and you get a complete refund if it doesn't work. But I'm confident it will provide a difference.
Most definitely. Lots to get to in this hour, and, you know, reviews, take some time to read some for yourself. Now something for the guys, because the guys experience, you know, changes throughout their lifetime as well, and it's prostate support. Once more, today's special pricing, definitely one to take advantage of. Women, if you're watching tonight, definitely get this for the guy in your life. 30, 60, 180, and 360. Pricing, of course, only good today. 5 flex pay on all of the sizes as part of the Brands We Love weekend. And Andrew, it's nice that we're doing this, you know, a little equal time for the guys. I think of my dad, and certainly, you know, we, as you say, aging is not for the faint of heart. You know, it's not so graceful in many cases, right?
Well, this is a perfect product to bring up aging. I'm not exempt from the aging process either. It's very funny, when I developed this product, never contemplated at all for me at that time. I was probably, when I developed this product, I was probably 30 years old. So not a consideration. It was for my dad. My dad loved the product. It was amazing. But now, this is a product that I absolutely couldn't contemplate not taking. Because for me, I cherish a good night's sleep. I'm someone who exercises every single day. I run, I hike, I bike, I stand up paddle, whatever I could do, I do. If I don't get a good night's sleep, I can't function well at work. I can't function well at sports. So my good night's sleep is dependent on my not having to wake up and empty my bladder. And the only reason that at my age I don't have to do that is the difference that this product has made for me. So it's something that, again, if there's a man in your life, that all of us men, our version of menopause or perimenopause is best underscored by our relationship with our prostate. And as our prostate changes, its proximity influences the function of our bladder and urinary tract. So if you know a man who is struggling with that relationship, as we all will at some point in our life, then this is a wonderful natural tool. Always good for men to make sure that they know their PSA level, their prostate-specific antigen level. It's always good to make sure if there's anything that's changed significantly, they get checked out. But unfortunately, even the healthiest among us, our prostate will be changing, and with it, our urinary tract and bladder function will change as well.
Absolutely. Andrew, you were talking about sleep, and what's interesting, just looking at a couple of these reviews, every single one that I looked at talked about sleep, but let's do a couple real quickly. A miracle: for the last 12 years before using this product, I had trouble urinating and was up many times during the night. This is what Andrew was just talking about. My doctor tried to help, but nothing she did was effective. After using this product for a couple of weeks, things have changed. I only get up once during the night and my troubles are gone. It's been a long time since I felt this good. That's from David. Let's try to do at least one more. Proof positive it works. I've been using this product for about 4 months now, and I can honestly say it works. David just said, I used to get up 3 times each night and was not getting much sleep. After taking this product, I immediately saw results as my nocturnal trips happened less and less. And now I sleep most of the time right through the night. I swear by this product, as I have bought others, and this one is the best by far. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for prostate support. That's from Dennis. Let's see if we've got time for a little short one here. Wonderful, all natural. And that's the other key thing, whether we're talking about Ultimate Women's Wellness or our friend like Flora, but certainly on the prostate support. Wonderful, all natural product. These are the best. I've been taking them for years now, and they help to keep my prostate health up to par. I get regular checkups annually, and I attribute the good prostate health to Andrew's product. And Andrew, like you said, you know, this is a naturally supportive way to help. You know, we've got women's wellness for the ladies and prostate support for the men for those changes that you know happen throughout life.
Well, the changes are inevitable. What is the one thing that is absolutely assured in life is change. So if there's one quality we should all try to develop, it's how best to adapt to that change and what things we could learn from that change. And the one thing important to know about this product is, because it's great pricing today, but it's not inexpensive. However, it's a single capsule a day product. Many prostate products are multiple capsules per day. This is absolutely, if you follow the clinical science, one capsule per day. And what's great is that saw palmetto is an ingredient that the price fluctuates. It gets very expensive at times, and a lot of companies will take shortcuts. We always make sure that we assay, we test, we validate everything we make. It's our own factory. It's GMP certified. Everything's made right here in the United States of America. In our own factory, it's not made for us by someone else. We make it ourselves entirely with solar energy. So there's no product like this available anywhere.
There isn't, and remember, this price is only good for today. So select your size of choice. Most of you are gravitating toward the 360. Brands we love weekend, even those introductory sizes on 5 flex pays. So just keep that in mind. As always, unconditional 30-day return policy as well. If you are just channel surfing, well, welcome into the world of your best life with better health. Thanks to Andrew Lessman. This is a surprise visit. I think we all kind of panicked when we realized Andrew wasn't going to be back on until September, so he's doing this for us. It's a Brands We Love weekend, so there's nothing more appropriate. In particular, I feel like I was, you know, one of the first people to raise a flag and say, I love the Ultimate Eye Support. It's something that we normally only do as a Today's Special during the spring months, but like we said, we're doing a lot of things by request tonight, and this is a monthly special. So remember, that means outside of a Today's Special, the best pricing that you will see, and an eye support product that stands head and shoulders above others. Andrew was doing, you know, lutein and zeaxanthin, you know, all of these ingredients before anybody else really took much notice of them. What we're doing as part of our monthly special as August comes to a close, your choice on the 30, 60, 180, or 360. And Andrew, I guess when we say your products are see and feel the difference, but with see the difference, we really mean it, pun intended, don't we?
No, this is a product that in the short term you see a difference. And originally when I introduced our eye support product with lutein and zeaxanthin, we really talked about the science in terms of protecting our eyes long term, protecting our eyes from UV radiation, the fact that lutein and zeaxanthin, these are ingredients that don't work on our eyes. These are ingredients that our eyes must have to work. They are part of the working system of our eyes. They're the optical pigments that are part of our eyes. Just as in an old days, a camera had film in it, the lutein and zeaxanthin are effectively a critical part of the film in that camera, in our eye. So, and again, as you were saying, Shannon, that we introduced lutein over 20 years ago, the zeaxanthin probably over a decade ago, maybe 15 years ago. So these are ingredients that for us are kind of old hat, that we have a tremendous amount of experience. We've always had the proper natural isomers, while other companies took another decade or so to figure them out and still might not do them correctly. We've always been doing them correctly. And the formula not only is a see the difference formula, it's a feel the difference formula, because a lot of folks struggle with eye strain, they struggle with dry eyes, and the way we nourish our eyes and the ingredients we provide to our body to provide to our eyes can help us deal better with that sort of, as we get older, that natural dry eye condition that we tend to have, or just the strain that comes with too much using our phones and our tablets and different devices with blue light. This is an opportunity to give your eye the natural tools it needs to maintain themselves and to feel the way we want them to feel despite what we demand from them.
Absolutely. And it's funny, Andrew, I was going to actually talk about dry eye. I mean, certainly we talk about visual acuity. You're looking at a book, then you look at your television. Our eyes, I think, are facing an onslaught with the blue light from all the devices and computers and tablets and cell phones that we're all, you know, glued to, in many cases, it seems like 24 hours a day. But even like you said, from the practical standpoint of the comfort of that dry eye, I know time once more does not permit us to delve into the wealth of research and the abundant reviews. The reviews, just like all of Andrew's products, but here's another one, they read like love letters. Just take advantage of this monthly special pricing. And Andrew, it's one thing that you said earlier that really kind of resonated with me. With eye support in particular, when people write reviews on this, it's not robo-reviews, so they're not robo-reviews, that's number one. But number two, they're becoming crusaders. They're spreading the good news because in many cases they didn't expect to see these differences, and they want people to know those differences are available with the right product, aren't they?
Well, if you look at the reviews at HSN for my products, they're incredibly well written. Most of them are quite long, and I was talking about this earlier today. They're not written to me. What they are written to is another person who might contemplate trying the product. I think so many of us, myself included, before I started my company, we're just disappointed by supplements. They don't work. They upset our stomach. They don't deliver the ingredients we want. They don't follow the science. You need to have a degree to be able to understand their label. I try to make my labels comprehensive, easy to understand, and we follow the science. And I think when folks get a product home that's easy to understand, that works, that actually delivers, not only are they happy, but they want to share that. And I think the reason why we have hundreds of thousands of reviews at hsn.com, and they average almost 4.7 stars, the reason why is not just because our products are so good. I think this is going to sound terrible, but I think because most supplements are so bad that people are surprised. And they want to share the word. They want to kind of help people understand that there actually is an opportunity to make a difference. So, and I'm grateful for that because inherently I'm biased. I make these products. I follow the science. I try to make them as perfect as I possibly can. I always try to improve them. But I think because I make it, me talking about them can seem a little bit biased, I guess. But so these reviews are the unvarnished, the unbiased truth from others like you who have experienced the benefits of the product.
They are. I know we're almost out of time. I'll try to just read at least one review real quickly. A must-have. This supplement is great. After years of needing to wear glasses for being nearsighted, the Ultimate Eye Support has helped me significantly. This year, the DMV requested an in-person driver's license renewal. To my husband's surprise and my shock, I read every single letter on each line all the way down to and including the last line on the eye chart. The DMV clerk even announced that it was impressive. My night vision has improved. On a recent out-of-town car trip, my younger sister was amazed at how well I could read freeway signs in the distance. So impressed that she quickly ordered her first bottle of Ultimate Eye Support. Thank you, Andrew, for your help. I'll try to do one more real quickly. My doctor approves of these vitamins. We hear that a lot. For the past 4 years, my eyes have been terribly dry. I go to the doctor every 3 months using artificial tears every day along with prescription eye drops. Long story short, I started using the Ultimate Eye Support vitamins 2 months ago, and all of a sudden, I noticed I was no longer using the artificial tears. My eyes didn't feel dry anymore. I went to the eye doctor last week and took my vitamins with me. The doctor saw so much improvement that he doesn't want to see me for another year after going every 3 months for the past 3 years. My eyes still have some dryness, but my doctor was so impressed with how much better my eyes are. I showed him my vitamins and he told me to continue taking them, to take them. Thanks, Andrew Lessman. And, you know, Andrew, that's just it. When we talk about seeing the difference, feeling the difference, just a comfort standpoint from the dryness to, I know that last reviewer was talking about the DMV, night driving, great monthly special pricing that has already been very popular. And it's nice to see this outside of the springtime, too.
Well, it won't be a Today Special until probably, I'd say, May of next year. So this will be the best pricing until May of next year. So a great opportunity to save. The one thing I also wanted to mention, for those of us who suffer with dry eyes and say you don't want to try this product, if you're going to get saline drops, a good idea. I like to get them in the small little, sort of the little ampules that you can get 50 or 100 of them in a little box, because those won't have preservatives. If it's coming in a larger vial, a larger little container, it's going to use preservatives. The other thing, if you're using those drops that get the red out, unfortunately, yes, when you get the red out, your eyes look all crystal clear and lovely. But when you get the red out, you're constricting the capillaries. When you constrict the capillaries, you're cutting off nourishment, you're cutting off oxygen, you're cutting off the things that the tissues of your eyes rely on to be healthy. So yes, your eyes will look healthy and white, but it's not something that's in their best interest. So just so everyone knows, the saline drop's good, but try to get them without preservatives in the little ampules. The red out type of drops are not something that's in the best interest of the healthy nourishment, oxygenation, and just the health of the tissues of your eyes.
Well, excellent information. And remember, this is a natural way to nourish and support that eye, no matter, what your challenges may or may not be. All right, we also have a great, again, this is a variety show. Hey, if you are tuning in, don't forget, we started the hour with very abbreviated looks at our 3 today's specials. You're welcome to go to hsn.com and check out details. Remember, it is a 5-pay flex pay weekend, so even the introductory sizes are on 5 flex pay, and as always, 30-day return policy. On the Friendly Flora in particular, with thousands spoken for, 90% of you are doing that 180 count size. But now we're continuing with this variety show and another monthly special, a companion item to your ultimate eye support, and that is the Maximum L Plus Z, the 30, the 60, the 120, and the 240. And Andrew, this is something when we talk about the changes that we go through in life, and certainly I'm one of those people, I have my pressures measured by my eye doctor, and this is kind of a way to supercharge the benefits of that ultimate eye support, and it was kind of by request from your eye doctor, wasn't it?
Well, it could be used either way. If all you want is lutein and zeaxanthin, and this is different. This is just not L plus Z. This is L plus Z plus A. This is lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, all at separate levels. So you get 12 milligrams lutein, 6 milligrams zeaxanthin, 3 milligrams astaxanthin. So you get the 3 most important carotenoids for your eyes, for your aging eyes, to protect your eyes, optical pigments, also dealing with all of the electronic device usage. Astaxanthin, as good as the research is on lutein and zeaxanthin, the research on astaxanthin is even stronger. So this is the very first time we have featured lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, because the original formula, L plus Z, lutein and zeaxanthin, that's what a number of reviews asked for, correspondence I had received, and then my eye doctor wanted a single capsule booster that gave 12 milligrams lutein, 6 milligrams zeaxanthin, even better, plus 3 milligrams astaxanthin. So this is the first time ever that we have all 3 of those, unfortunately, very, very, very expensive carotenoids in one capsule. But it's all in one capsule, meaning that those 3 potencies, 12,000 micrograms of lutein, 6,000 micrograms of zeaxanthin, 3,000 micrograms of astaxanthin, single capsule, that's all you need to take. So for many people, that substitutes for Ultimate Eye. I like all the other comprehensive ingredients in Ultimate Eye, but some people prefer this as a single standalone capsule, and or simply, this is the perfect booster to add on top of Ultimate Eye.
It is indeed. I mean, a companion product, or one that you can do on your own. I know for myself, I was actually buying the astaxanthin separately, so it's nice to see that you've got the triple threat, if you want to call it that, in addition to that great monthly special price. I'll do one quick review because I know this is a variety show, so we've got a lot to get to, but life-changing, boy, that says it all. Andrew, you did it again. I've been having so many eye issues. My vision was such that I had to have someone drive me certain certain days because the blurred and hazy vision was so bad. I take many of your supplements for many years that were life-changing, but I have to tell you, I have taken this in conjunction with your Ultimate Eye Support. That's what I do, and I can see well again. I'm driving, watching TV without issue. The glare is gone. I'm forever grateful. Thank you, Andrew. Time for maybe one more quick review here. Really, really works. I take a lot of Andrew's vitamins, but this one I could really see a difference right away with my eyesight. I partner it with the Ultimate Eye Support. And since they're both on monthly special, this would be a great time to do that. But I didn't see the results like I do now until I added this. It really, really works. Maybe one more. We'll see if it's short here. Of course, my nails aren't cooperating. I can see clearly now. I just started taking these, but I do see the results. I can see clearly and do not need my far glasses. I also take the Ultimate Eye Support and Astaxanthin with it. Upon my doctor appointment for my eye, he said it was a great improvement. I highly recommend this product. Thanks. Andrew, it's wonderful when we see results like this, but it's also nice that it is a naturally supportive way to help that eye. And I know I mentioned it with eye support, but these are ingredients that you were paying attention to before maybe the industry was paying attention to.
Not before, maybe, without a doubt. I mean, the science is where I spend my time, and the science is what drives it. Drives research in medicine. It drives research in pharmaceuticals. It should drive research in terms of our diet. So the science is what helped us identify that lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin in our diet were critical for eye health and eye function, critical for brain health. What's exciting about lutein and zeaxanthin, that as much as the research underscores that lutein and zeaxanthin is associated with much better vision as we age, it's also associated with better brain function as we age. Concentration, memory, mental acuity. Those of us with higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in our blood, in our tissues, in our eyes, in our brains, have, as we age, better brain function, better neurological function. So it's something that it underscores the importance of these ingredients in our diet, but sadly, the American diet is almost defined by its absence of lutein and zeaxanthin. We're not eating those dark green leafy vegetables that are a rich source of lutein and zeaxanthin. And certainly we get virtually no astaxanthin from our diet at all.
Well, this is a wonderful way to take advantage of that monthly special pricing as August starts to come for a close in this by request or special visit, by request visit from Andrew. 3 today's specials. If you haven't heard details, it was abbreviated. Andrew's just making a couple of live appearances today. You can check out all details from the friendly Flora to the prostate support to women's wellness on hsn.com. And now, Andrew, when in the big picture, I know you've said it, there is no better vitamin to supplement, and certainly no more economical way to supplement vitamin D than what we're doing right now. And you've made it better than ever before. You can choose the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 IU, whatever, suits your vantage point, all at special monthly pricing and all at the same price and savings. So thank you for doing this. This is another one that's been a runaway hit.
And even you could go to hsn.com and we should have 4,000 and 5,000 IU also at the same price. So we didn't want to discriminate. Whatever the proper level is for you, you might be getting some vitamin D from your supplement, from your multivitamin supplements. You might only need a small amount, or this might be your sole and exclusive source of vitamin D. So you might want to get something higher, like 3,000 IU. But vitamin D is without question the most important immune supportive vitamin. And I say that with all due respect to vitamin C, with all due respect to vitamin B12, without question, vitamin D is where we need to focus if we're focused on making sure we have the best immune status. So we'll be talking in a moment, we'll be talking about my Immune Factors product, which focuses on vitamin C and B complex. But before I did that, it's just important to mention vitamin D. We actually have a small amount of vitamin D in Immune Factors, but the most important thing we can do to make sure that our immune system has the vitamins we require is to first and foremost make sure that we're getting adequate vitamin D.
Well, and there's no better or seamless way to do that. I mean, small, soft, easy to swallow, no repeating, no stomach upset, all made with the energy of the sun. And see, Andrew, here's where we really appreciate your skill in opening up the capsules. I think sometimes the humidity in the studio does not.
Well, it's difficult only because our vitamin D capsules are so tiny. So if you know someone who struggles swallowing pills or anything, first of all our capsules are soft. They're slippery, they go down easily, but our vitamin D capsules, even 3,000 IU, it's absolutely tiny. So this will never upset your stomach. It will never be hard to swallow. It delivers the vitamin D, and one of the most telling observations you'll see in the reviews is that I get my vitamin D levels tested, and I was supplementing vitamin D, and they were still terrible. I started taking your vitamin D, and within days, and you'll see so many reviews talking about that, my doctor told me my vitamin D levels were in the perfect range. So if vitamin D is actually quite easy to deliver effectively, it's unfortunate that so many companies choose not to do so.
Well, and there you can see it with a little assistance. You know, I get by with a little help from my friends, as they say. You can see how soft and how small and how easy that is to dissolve. Real quick review, it really works. The last time I went to my doctor, he jokingly said that I was one of only 3 patients of his patients that are not vitamin D3 deficient. I don't know what the other 2 are taking, but I take 2 capsules of vitamin D3 2000 IU each day. The price of vitamin D3 is so reasonable, just about anyone can afford to get it. Thanks, Andrew. That's from Kiana. Andrew, I'm going to pause here for a moment because I know it's something you mentioned with Colleen. You know, I think we're all more, you know, aware of our health, but statistically, more people are deficient in vitamin D than not. And even with an awareness, you have to be taking the right vitamin D, don't you?
Right, and not more are deficient than not. If you look at the research, if you look at a population of people who are not supplementing, so they're not supplementing vitamin D, because there's no good source of vitamin D in our diet. That's quoting our government research. There's no easy source of vitamin D in our diet. That's why supplementation is. We're so fortunate that supplementation works so well. But if you look at a normal population in America, just random people, and you look at those who are not supplementing vitamin D, depending on the population, a minimum 80%, up to 100% will be vitamin D deficient or insufficient. So it's as our government refers to it. We certainly have learned the definition of this word. It's a worldwide pandemic, deficiency and insufficiency in vitamin D. And when we think about its consequences for the aging brain, for our bones, for our immune system, for our muscles in our body, for just our long-term health, we don't want to go through life vitamin D deficient. And when you think that this is also, I think it might be the most affordable product I make, it's literally pennies a day. It's less than a dime a capsule to get whatever potency you choose.
Well, and you know what, Andrew, there are just a multitude of benefits. And at this monthly special price, it really is hard to say no to this. I'll do another quick review here. Found relief. I've been having months of joint discomfort. I had been to a recent doctor's appointment, and she suggested taking vitamin D. I knew if I was to trust anyone, it would be Andrew's Vitamins. I ordered and felt so different in about 10 days. Remember, 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. I'm 54, and I'm feeling better than I have in almost a year. I just reordered. I also did some research on my own and had found out it's hard to naturally get vitamin D, especially if you're a sunblock user. Highly recommend. Well said. I'll do one more real quickly. Heart healthy, yay. I've been taking Andrew's vitamin D3 for a couple of years, more specifically since I saw one of his shows on the benefits to your heart and body in general. I have a family history on both sides, which doubles the chance of heart disease for me. So when I ended up having to see the cardiologist for a checkup, he told me that my vitamin D level was very good. I take between 3,000 and 4,000 IU a day. I was elated. I told my cardiologist I've been taking vitamin D since I learned the importance, but now I see the positive outcome. I now have my son on Andrew's vitamin D due to his doctor telling him his vitamin D level was low. Thank you, Andrew, for making such a beneficial product. My heart thanks you as well. And Andrew, that's just it. Whether we talk about, you know, the multitude of benefits, you know, your heart, your bones, your joints, I mean, your immune system, It's really, really hard to say no to this monthly special price, isn't it?
Well, the normal price is a bargain on our vitamin D, and it's unusual that when something is so important, usually that's the most expensive ingredient. It's kind of surprising that vitamin D is both the most important ingredient, and I think that's why a lot of companies spend absolutely no time promoting vitamin D. With my vitamin D, even if you chose 5,000 IU, our highest potency capsule, you could get that product, and a year's supply is going to cost less than a dime a day. So I think a lot of companies, because there's not a lot of money in it, they really don't like to talk about it. As far as I'm concerned, I love to talk about it because it's so beneficial, but it's so affordable that, as the reviewer said, it's hard to imagine someone who couldn't afford to be spending, say, 6 or 7, 8 cents a day.
It really is. Andrew, I know we're really tight on time. Is it okay? Would you like to move to immune factors real quickly before we finish this hour?
Sure, we could talk about that quickly. I know we don't have much of it, so we could talk about that quickly for sure.
Absolutely, and this is something I know we were talking about how you were doing special requests. This is time that we, a product that we haven't spent a lot of time about talking. I know people have been asking you to do that, so thank you for doing this. Again, you can choose it in the 3060, the 180, or the 360. Andrew, I will defer to you. I know everyone has been waiting and asking you to talk a little bit about this, and it's nice to see it at a monthly special as well.
This is a product that over the past couple of years, we really haven't featured on television at all. It's kind of taken on a life of its own. The design of this product is simply looking at all the various opportunities we have nutritionally to support our immune system. We talked about vitamin D, but we do have vitamin D and immune factors, but separate levels of vitamin D really deserve a separate vitamin D product. But this product focuses on separate levels of vitamin C, separate levels of echinacea, a botanical that we've heard about in association with our immune system for decades, separate levels of also golden seal, also full B complex, our special B12, our special form of folic acid, also our special mushroom complex standardized for beta-glucan. So this really is our comprehensive immune support product. And you'd expect most people would look pretty skeptically at an immune product. And I think this product it's 4.6, 4.7 stars. It's almost perfectly reviewed, might even be better than that. I know the reviews on this product are almost, even for me, as great as I know it is, surprisingly positive.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth, and my director's mouth for that matter. We are on a 5-point rating scale, and this is a 4.8. That is about as good as it gets, especially for a product that I think people are going to have a high degree of skepticism for. And, the thing is, Andrew, when we talk about a natural way to support, if we're not sleeping well, if we're not eating well, if we're stressed, a lot of us are checking all of those boxes. The way that you have assembled this amazing deck of ingredients, for lack of a better term, and then to do it a monthly special price, this to me is another one of those products that you definitely want to have at the ready. And that's one of the things that I think you hear in those reviews too, Andrew, is it's nice that there's a naturally supportive way to help benefit our immune system, isn't there?
And I've always had the approach on this product. I first made this product almost 40 years ago, and thinking back then, it originally started with our special B complex and vitamin C, and then we added echinacea, then we added golden seal. There's also astragalus in this product, another botanical, and so over the years, over the decades, it's gradually become more and more comprehensive as the research validated and established other ingredients as being supportive of our immune system. So it's comprehensive. It's entirely based on the science, and it's a product that take a capsule a day. You don't have to take it every day. I like to take the product when I know I've been say, working too much, or I increase my training. So I'm doing something that's stressing my body and putting an additional stress on my immune system. That's when I know I want to make sure I'm taking it.
Well, I know you're going to be happy to have this at the ready. Take advantage of that monthly special pricing. Go to hsn.com, where you can also see details on everything that Andrew has, 5 FlexPan, everything. Of course, we are doing an encore look at our 3 Today's Specials and this hour that you will see via tape throughout the day. Andrew, you are not back on until 12 noon, I think, with Colleen for a live showcase.
Absolutely, 12 noon tomorrow. And then I think we're on at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern and 12 noon tomorrow.
Well, an awesome start to our day. Thank you so much for joining us for this special by request visit with those limited today's specials. Awesome job, Andrew. We miss you. We'll look forward to hearing you at noon. Thank you again. And thank you to you. Encore look at our today's special and more. Stay with us at HSN.
Want 15% off a future purchase? Then join HSN's email list. You'll receive a welcome coupon, plus so many special offers only for our email subscribers, like exclusive email-only invites to our private sales and events. Plus, you'll be first in line to shop our best values of the day and can't miss deals sent right to your inbox. And if you love coupons, you'll get them monthly, but only if you're on our list. So sign up today. Just keep an eye on your inbox, and we'll send all kinds of good things